What up, friends?
What up, world? It's your boy Jimbo.
And I'm that guy, Joe.
And welcome to another episode
Welcome back
of One Beer at a Time.
102,
Where we will sit and review beers one.
We review. We're doing 3 beers for y'all.
Should
yeah.
we? You know, we could also always change the name to 3 beers at a time.
3 beers at a time.
That's more than making the spick shit.
I say we just pour these suckers up, man.
Let's pour them up.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Let's pour them out here. Throw me his glasses. What's up, friends? Yeah, we're gonna do 3 beers for y'all. Episode 102.
102 in the house. So, while Joe's pouring them up, we're going to kick the conversation off with something Joe had texted me about today, and that is aliens in Peru.
Yeah, man.
What do you know about the aliens?
There's predator aliens attacking a village in Peru.
So, I read up
Peru! The Peruvians, they're under attack!
Are those the ones that eat hamsters? Guinea? No, I'm sorry, guinea. Isn't that the South Park episode? The Peruvian.
They might. I don't know. The only one I remember for sure, because I know
I don't know if that's like a real thing, but the whole thing is
one country. I just know for a fact that in Ecuador they eat them.
Well, I don't even know about it in real life,
Peru, but they did. That
whole episode was like about the giant guinea pigs in Peru, and the pan flutes are what kept the Peruvian pan
I forgot about that episode. They're so pissed off about the pan flute bands that are taking over like every festival.
And it turns out that they were actually just protecting the world from giant guinea pigs.
Yeah.
No, so I actually read up on this, and I have to tell you, I'm going to toot my own horn here for a second.
It's a hoax. They're trying to capitalize on all the aliens.
Well,
stuff.
no. So my first thought was, all right, if these indigenous people are actually seeing something that looks like an alien, I guarantee you it is somebody trying to scare them off of the land, a la like Scooby-Doo. And guess what, Joe? It 100% was.
Oh, they already debunked this?
Dude, it was miners. It was miners trying to...
When did that hit? I didn't hear about that.
Dude, when I Googled Peruvian aliens... I found articles that was like, yeah, they caught, it was miners trying to scare these people off so they could mine their land.
They're trying to pull some Beetlejuice shit.
They tried to pull some fucking Scooby-Doo,
That's fucking crazy, bro.
But...
Yeah, that's wild. I didn't know that. Well, I haven't read up on this in like a few days.
But, aliens are real.
Well, the government's saying that they're real now.
Yeah, but why are they telling us now? What are they trying to distract us from?
I know.
What Hunter Biden bullshit are they trying to...
Or another thing that I think of sometimes is because that's an obvious one and we know that to be true, and that's 101 for conspiracy theory. Like they're definitely trying to distract us from all kinds of shit with these things, right? But then I start thinking, bless you, brother. But then I start thinking, wait a minute. How much of it is true? And then also, how much depth do we not know about? Are they telling us because shit's already too late for some stuff?
Yeah.
I think about that too, and I'm like, the only reason they're telling us is because they have to, because it's already way too late. Like, we're fucked already, and they're like, they don't want to say that, like, okay, so we're fucked. But essentially, that's kind of what they're saying. So we might have fucked up, guys.
So I'm not saying our government is aliens or lizard people, but they know that they've already bowed down to our alien overlords, and they're like, aliens. Give us a few years, we'll get them all to bow down, but we got to ease them into this. Yeah. So they've already bent, the world governments have already bent the knee to our alien overlords, and they're just trying to prepare us for
it's so much
for the great sacrifice where 2/3 of all human existence will be taken by the aliens because they need minerals and shit from our bodies.
Bro, so I saw a podcast short, and they were talking about how they had asked AI how they would take over the world, and or they asked it to write a story,
right?
Because there are certain taking over the world.
Because people found parameters like if you ask it to how to build a bomb, it won't tell you. But it was like if I was trying to write a detailed story about a bomb maker, how would he make a bomb? And it tricked it into telling you how to build a bomb. Dude,
this thing wrote a story about basically AI getting consciousness and then trying to figure out okay, how do I expand? The only thing in the house that the computer could I forgot what AI program or whatever the thing wrote up, but it connected to the Roomba, which then allowed it to connect to the Wi-Fi, and then to everybody's phones and everything immediately, and it's just spread like Ultron style, just like spread. And it's so crazy because they asked it to write a story of like, so how would AI take over the world? And it went right after like all current shit.
Yo, yeah.
You know?
I mean, have you seen the articles where James Cameron has been warning about he's like, I told you guys about this in 1984. Yes, James, we know. We know.
It's another South Park hot topic.
Oh, yeah.
All right, enough fucking
James
around.
Cameron.
Enough fucking around. Let's get to these beers. I think we should do the potentially weird-ass gross beer first.
All right, let's...
So we're going Off-Color Brewing. Off-Color does all kinds of weird, funky stuff, and sometimes we love it, and sometimes...
Is that why they call themselves Off-Color?
I'm not coming back to them.
Hey-oo.
But Beerathon, Off-Color Brewing, extra fancy light beer with watermelon and salt.
Don't ever call anything extra fancy. You know what extra fancy means? It means it's not fucking fancy. You know what Rolls-Royce has never called their vehicles? Extra fancy. The fuck out of here.
So we've got Vienna, flaked wheat, flaked oats, honey malt. Those are our malts. We've got
I'm interested
Pacifica
by honey
and
malt.
Lotus hops. I don't even know those hops.
I don't either.
Pacifica and Lotus hops. Yeah, I don't know that. Secret ingredients: watermelon puree and salt.
Okay, so they use real watermelon. I can appreciate that because I'm not a huge fan of artificial watermelon flavor.
It smells good. Smells like beer. Oh, that's nice. That's refreshing.
Oh, you know what?
It's a little bit salty. Okay.
It's a little salty, but like all the other flavors, they're very subtle. To where
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
oh, okay, it's just a
faint
light.
watermelon. Kind of like smelling the rind, like just like a little bit of watermelon.
Which,
taste.
in my mind, if you eat a watermelon, that's actually what a watermelon flavored thing should be. It should be faint because watermelon is not like a strong, punchy flavor.
Shit, man.
When it's not in a Jolly Rancher or some shit.
Oh, this is going to be a really weird brew, but this is fine. This is good, easy drinking.
Have you ever had a salted watermelon?
Yeah.
I've never done that. I'm not a watermelon guy. I love fried chicken, but not watermelon.
I love watermelon.
I like Kool-Aid.
Watermelon Kool-Aid.
I like hot sauce. I'm just not a watermelon guy. What is he alluding to?
I don't know, man. I kind of like this. It's not.
I don't hate it.
It's not fancy. No. But it is light and crisp.
And what did I say?
Refreshing.
When you call yourself extra fancy, it's never extra fancy. I mean, shit, Heinz is fancy ketchup. Get fucked. Actually, that saltiness is, I kind of like that hit of saltiness. It's, beer salt without having to add your own beer salt.
This is a good barbecue beer.
This actually, dude, put this over some pork or chicken.
Yeah, dude, this is... I didn't think that I was going to shit all over this brew, but I was expecting it to be weird and me to just be like, I don't know. That's a big meh.
Yeah.
This is kind of a strong okay.
Yeah, I dig it, man.
Like, this is very, very, very okay.
Oh my god, did you see the alcohol content of this?
No, I didn't pay attention.
2.62%.
It's not even a beer.
That's not even a beer.
That's what the Europeans used to give kids, for, because water was so tainted and terrible, and they would drink beer a lot of times instead of water. They would give kids like beer that was like 2% or less.
Only 80 calories per. So this is per 12 fluid ounces, and this is a 16 ounce.
Yeah, well, this bullshit. Okay, so maybe not the best for a barbecue because I don't want to have to drink like 12 of these.
Oh fuck, dude! You drink 12. You drink 12 of these, you're gonna have had 2 beers.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't want the 6-pack buzz out of a 12-pack.
6.1% carbohydrates, 80 calories, 0 grams of fat, and 0.5 grams of protein. I don't know, man. Well, yes, it calls itself a session beer. I mean, you're not wrong, but you're also just not right for making a beer under 3%. I mean, that's...
This is really easy drinking. I don't dislike the flavor.
Bro, you
is
could
good.
give this to your alcoholic uncle, and he would not have broken his sobriety.
What's that piss water shit you just gave me?
Yeah. Shit, Benadryl is stronger than that. God damn.
Yeah, it is a very flavorful brew, though. So especially for being that light, that makes the flavor profile more impressive. I'll give them that because I think it tastes great.
And I'm getting more watermelon as it's warming, and I'm sipping on it, but I don't know why I'm so upset by 2.62%.
Yeah, that's it feels disrespectful.
It really does. That's not even a beer.
But I guess as beer podcasters, we have to be willing to try these beers.
Yeah,
that are,
but like I don't even think that would be hindered by any part of Utah state laws.
Yeah, can we call this a beer?
Yeah. If Utah doesn't even classify as an alcoholic beverage, like
Utah, they're like, we don't sell beer. Well, 2.62. I mean, that's the only beer sold in Utah.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude. Back in the day, your low alcohol beer that like certain states 18-year-olds could drink, it was called 3-2 beer. Pretty sure that's because it was 3.2% alcohol. This is lower than a 3. This isn't even a 3-2 beer.
Yeah.
It's a 2.6. It's a 2.6 beer.
This is wild, man.
All right, well let's move on.
We're gonna go on to Bluewood. Bluewood Brewing. Aren't they like Cherokee Street? Or close, like they're around Cherokee, aren't they? South Cherokee? Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. So
Yeah.
they're St. Louis City, but I feel like they're on Cherokee. I could be wrong. Anyway,
Young Joe, if you want to go ahead and Google that real quick.
Oh no, haha, Benton Park.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's Earthbound. I was saying.
Yeah, Earthbound
is on Cherokee. Anyway, yeah, so right here in St. Louis, Missouri, Benton Park.
Bananas and blow.
Yeah, Bavarian style Wheat beer.
Big fan of that style.
Yeah. I feel like because we popped the summer off with our tour of Iron Hops, that's been like my
Episode
favorite.
100, go check it the fuck out.
Iron Hops is, it's so worth it.
Before coming over here, I had his IPA. It was really good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Weiss beer is so good. I think that because that like popped the summer off a little bit. That's kind of been like my favorite flavor of the summer.
Oh.
Bananas and blow, and we've talked about that clove banana-y taste that's in a lot of these brews anyway.
I'll be interested for you to taste this.
It's a little bit sweet.
That, you know what it reminds me of is kind of a banana runt.
Ooh!
And
I don't think the flavor is that strong, but
No,
now
but-
as soon as you say that, I know exactly what flavor you mean, and I
But
can. That artificial banana taste, like on taffy,
Well,
it's
and
like
so
you can
that-
kind of pick that out a little bit.
That irks me a little bit only because, and I could be totally botching this, but if I recall
banana and
correctly,
bubblegum flavors.
bubblegum
Created
flavors.
by yeast. Well, it says created by the yeast.
That's fine if you got bubblegum
I'm
out of
gonna
yeast. but-
assume that to mean that there's no specific additives to make it taste like that.
Well, my understanding is that banana runt and taffy flavor, there used to be real bananas that tasted that way. They went extinct, and that's why we have candy
shit.
that is based on that banana flavor. So I don't hate that
that's
banana
crazy.
flavor, but in my German wheat beers, my Weiss beers, I like a more subtle banana flavor. I love a banana flavor in there,
Yeah.
but I like it to be more of a subtle banana bread-ish flavor and
for
less
sure.
of a banana runt. In this case, you know why it tastes like banana runts is the bubblegum flavor. So that sugary...
Yeah, that's a very specific kind of sweet flavor.
Yeah, you
like
take the
flavor
banana
profile.
and add sugary bubbly gumness to it.
But I will say, Bluewood, I don't know how long you guys have been around, but it recently hit my radar pretty strong this year. And
It's not a bad beer. It's just
No,
not...
it's not something that I love, but that's
Yeah.
a highly crafted brew, though.
In
It's
comparison
quality.
to the other German wheat beers we've had that have banana flavor, it's not my favorite because it's a little overpowering. But, I mean, if it has no other additives and you got that flavor purely from the yeast and the whatevers, I mean, hats off to you.
It's still impressive.
It's
It's
impressive.
quality brew. It's kind of like how, and like this is part of why Bluewood's been like just recently this year really been on my radar. I started realizing that they have a lot of brews I need to try. I haven't been by the brewery, but like their quality, they're really good, and I kind of made me think of like Main and Mill, because even when I have something at Main and Mill that I don't love, like maybe a sour brew or like a saison or farmhouse or something like that I don't love it, they're so good at what they do. It's so finely crafted. I still have to respect the brew. I don't ever feel like, oh, God, get that shit away from me. No, I'm like, yeah, that's not for me, but like, damn, dude, I'm still impressed.
Right, you didn't have a sour that it felt like they just dropped a warhead
into. The last 3 or 4 brews that I've had from Bluewood, I've started kind of thinking like, hey, man, these guys are really good. Maybe, perhaps maybe, we could go into a Bluewood brewery? Maybe?
But hips, this
we
the summer season ending.
An Obot on the road featuring Bluewood Brewing. That'd be amazing.
Perhaps this is the summer season ending and people slowing down their business. We could come out and see a Bluey.
A little less sugary as it warms up some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But it's like I said when we did our last episode 101. We 101 we did that Arkansas brew from Fallen Queen. That Vice
okay. Yeah, it gets a little less sweet.
I was like, I don't want to just, especially it's a beer from a whole different state.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just like compare it to iron hops.
Oh yeah.
But it was just like it's the fact that brew just hit me in such a way that like I kind of can't help it.
Well, everything has to have its comparison, right? Like basketball
that,
players.
That really just might be like my standard.
Rising basketball stars will always be compared to Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Quarterbacks will always be compared to Tom Brady. Golfers are always going to be compared to Tiger Woods. Like it's inevitable. And yes, all of my metaphors are sports. No, I mean it's not an outstanding beer, but it is quality and it's good flavor.
And I think great. That's I like for any of our friends that just really shit on brews that you don't like or you're not into. That's something that this podcast has definitely like changed as far as my opinions and my palate. I've gotten to a point where like. It's not, I mean, not every beer is going to be for you, but some of these brewers are still so talented that, I mean, maybe it's the evolution of my palate, but I can recognize
I would like to say game recognizes game, but we don't actually make beer, but it's still in the same realm.
But it's kind of it's kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like when we drink like a Fandango series.
Right.
From Toppling Goliath, or when we drink like a Prussia from Four Hands. Like these are brews that we're not normally into, and you're like, holy shit, it's brewed so well. It's like, damn, I actually really like this.
You do it with quality.
And then those same breweries will have beers where it's like, yeah, that's not for me, but it's like, I mean, I can't say it's a bad beer. I can tell people who like sours, like, oh, you're going to love this. Or funky beers. It's like, that's how Alpha is.
Yeah.
I can tell people, oh, you like that like funk type sour brew? Oh, you're going to love these.
Yeah.
But it's way too funky for me.
Yeah.
I can't do Alpha's, their real funky sour brews. I can't do it, man.
So, the other thing we had talked about in text was AB selling off 8 brands.
Yeah, man.
And I think direct fallout from the Dylan Mulvaney incident.
That's kind of what did I send you that one article?
I don't think so, but
because there's one. I mean, I looked at a couple different things. There's a bunch of different headlines that I had looked up, but there was the one article where I read where I was like, damn, that's basically what they're saying, that the Bud Light sales tanked like at a record low. They not only Budweiser, but like no big brewer has ever experienced anything like that with one of their staple beers.
Right.
And then it's like it's trickled over to where like now regular Budweiser and Select sales have gone down. Bud Light was already their biggest selling, but now it's to the point where like, nah, it's still Bud. We're not buying it.
Yeah.
I
mean, this to me is a very interesting case study in kind of the culture wars type thing. We won't get too heavily into our political leanings, but I think it just goes to show that especially, like, dude, and I've been saying this for years, you're going to have your opinion about Colin Kaepernick and all that shit. I don't want politics in my beer or my sports. And what was the biggest movie of 2021? I'm sorry, 2022 maybe? It was fucking Maverick. Top Gun.
Yeah, I know.
And you
God
know
damn,
what
it
that
felt
movie
good.
didn't have in it? Was any agenda whatsoever.
No, the agenda was badass men doing badass men shit. And,
Right.
And the women that were there were women that could keep up with badass men.
Yeah, but at no point
And
did it put
America.
Okay, so
that's what it was about, was jet fuel and fucking America.
Right, one of the pilots selected for this like elite program, right? Like former Top Gun students that are the best of the best of the best, was a woman. But at no point were they like, oh, we. Like,
but it was some G.I. Jane type shit.
Yeah,
like, you
but
were
like,
you're like, damn, that's a badass.
But they
shit
also
because...
didn't throw it in your face, like, because honestly, dude, where it works for me on all is like, yeah, man, I'm cool with women being strong and independent and like doing their thing, but I don't want to be face fucked with it.
Yeah, dude, it's the same as I tell, like, when I get any of these conversations with, I mean, at this point with anybody, but it's the same thing I say about when it comes to minority representation and like people of color and brown people, like brown girl, brown boy type shit. Like it's like there is sometimes where it's a win. But there's a lot of shit where it's like, it's not a fucking win. What are you celebrating? That's not a win for us, you know?
I really don't give a shit what Disney does, but Snow White is Latino. Her name is Snow White.
Right. And what's really annoying, man,
because she was pale.
Like, I don't want Mexican or Chicano people brought into any of this shit when it comes to movies and stuff.
You mean Latinx people
at all? No, I will fucking battle on that.
Every Latino person I know, real Latino person, the only people you see use Latinx are college campus white kids and a few of the indoctrinated Latino and Latina kids on college campuses.
My old ass tío, como que Latinx. What kind of bullshit?
First of all, it's a bunch of white people butchered your language. Get the fuck out of here. But every language is gendered.
But I don't want, like, none of that crossover. Like, that's part of why, like, I watched Gabriel Iglesias' show because I wanted to support. But his show had me pretty aggravated the whole fucking time. The whole time. Because I'm like, we don't need to do that. It's already, like, in cool, organic, natural, regular ways.
100%.
It's already starting to happen.
Yeah.
And I've tried to tell people, like, it's so funny. Any like real righteous ass friends that I have that they don't pay attention to certain little things. Like I've said, for Chicano culture, man, it's literally as campy and hokey and over the top as the show is. It's a big part of why I love Cobra Kai.
Yeah, because
what they do in Cobra Kai is the same thing that they do in like this fool. They show like primarily Chicano culture, but they just show it regular. There's no big statement made. There's no big political agenda. It just is.
That's one thing I don't think that people understand is like, yo, dude, just like in real life, where diversity is just organic and natural. Dude, you're one of my best friends. We don't look alike. Our original name for our podcast was the Mick and the Spick. But like we don't.
We're bringing the segment back.
But like we don't. It's not like we throw it in anybody's face. Of like,
and
we're a white dude and a Chicano. No, it's just we're friends and like who fucking cares?
Like Gabriel Iglesias, where they have multiple episodes where they want to make sure that they make.
And the one girl was talking about Latinx.
Their agenda has to be heard. Versus Cobra Kai, where they don't preach nothing. No, they just show Miguel and his family and his home life. His grandmother speaks Spanish and almost zero English. His mom speaks primarily English outside of their home. He only speaks Spanish to his grandmother.
Yeah.
They don't make any political statements. It's not this big old thing. If you want to normalize something, that's how you do it.
Oh, you mean kind of like how when we were growing up, it was like, I was taught you're not supposed to see the color of other people. They're just people. And then that became like the wrong thing to fucking do. And Jesus Christ, your computer is showing an advertisement for the Mach-E, and it listens to us. It knows everything.
Oh, it knows.
So on that, let's taste this last beer real quick.
Hell yeah, man. So we're going outside of Missouri for this one. This is the local time lager from Zipline Brewing. I forgot that I bought this. Low cal, low carb, light lager. Yeah, we should have drank this already because this seems like a great summertime brew. But this is from Nebraska. 4%, 99 calories. 3 carbs. Oh shit.
The land of my blood people.
3 carbs, bro.
3 carbs.
3 grams of. Okay, this doesn't taste much different than like an Ultra to me. Like it's in that realm of super light beer.
Yeah, but it tastes better than an Ultra.
But for 3 grams of carbs, dude, like I need a lot more of these.
But it also has more of a beer taste than Ultra does.
Yeah, for sure. This is nice, man. I mean, 4% is pretty light.
And hey, they managed to get 4% alcohol.
Yeah.
You dickweeds. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But like this is part of why we support craft brew. We'll circle back around to AB. AB is letting go of Shock Top, Breckenridge, Blue Point, 10 Barrel, Red Hook, Widmer, Square Mile, Highball, and I mean what?
I used to love Red Hook.
5 of those? It's like, damn, dude, I drank so many of those beers.
I used to drink a lot of Red Hook.
Breckenridge makes great beers. Shock Top is a good brew that has always been underrated.
Yeah, but when I lived over by Chesterfield
Red Hook
Mall,
was good.
When I lived over by Chesterfield Mall, there was always Red Hook at that gas station that's like in front of the old Toys R Us, what is now Total Wine.
Yeah.
What is now Total Wine. Man, I used to pick up Red Hook all the time.
Yeah, dude, Red Hook was good.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, do you think that this would have happened if Budweiser never sold to InBev?
No. Yes. Because they eventually were going to have to hire these kids out of college to be in their marketing department that don't actually understand the real world, and they only understand the bubble that they were taught in college, where they think the entire world cares about their woke agenda, when in reality, your average blue-collar fucking Bud Light drinker just wants to go home, have a beer, watch the ball game, and just not fucking... My life, and I'm speaking for the Blue, is too stressful to give a flying fuck about your goddamned agenda. I don't give a shit if you want to cut your dick off. I just want it out of my news feed. And I want it out of my kid's fucking 6th grade sex ed class.
Man, not even sex ed class from what I hear. I mean, you get some classes where it's just any regular class. And, hey man, have your beliefs.
Live your fucking life, but just like you don't want...
How do we make...
Just
like, religion's not part of curriculum. How is like sexual orientation and sexual politics part of curriculum?
Just like you don't want Christian beliefs shoved down your throat. I don't want... I'm fine with you keeping God out of the classroom. Keep your fucking tranny shit out of the classroom too. And we're cool. We're square. Tit for tat there, bro.
I don't even like... And that's the thing, man, because like... I'm not like... uptight about much things, so I'm like,
we have friends.
I don't mind the conversations and stuff. I'm like, hey man, like if my kid has a trans teacher, okay, like,
but you don't.
Fine, but just be a regular fucking teacher. Don't try to teach gender politics to our students like every day, all the time.
We got 2 minutes. Real quick, my one problem with that, Joe, is I didn't know jack fucking shit about any of my teachers' personal lives, so if you are a dude that cut your dick off and turned into a woman, my kids shouldn't know, because they shouldn't know anything about you. If you come into the classroom, you call yourself Mrs. Smith, that is all my kid knows about you.
Right. And I mean, if it's kind of obvious that Smith clearly transitioned,
used to be Mrs.
I'm
Smith.
still fine,
yeah,
because
that's fine.
Because that is... Like, everybody has the freedom to be who they want to be, especially in this country. So that is a part of our... Yeah. That's life. I don't have a problem explaining to my kid that, well, I mean, some people are transgender. So I'm like, that's how it is. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't want that same teacher to then feel like you need to teach gender politics as part of curriculum all the time. Because I wouldn't appreciate some, like, super hetero jock asshole dude being misogynistic all the time and teaching our little boys to just be macho as fuck.
Take the one.
Like, as part of curriculum? Like, no, bro, ease the fuck up.
Well,
you want to teach chivalry, okay, but
y'all are going to have to tune in next week for the follow-up, because we are wrapping her up. We're almost out of time here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. Thank you for checking out One Beer at a Time, episode 102.